Once you beat the story of the Indigo Disk DLC, you will unlock a bunch of legendaries, and they are a little bit difficult to actually unlock them. But when you come to the entrance of the Blueberry Academy School and you look to the right-hand side of here from the entrance, right here, this dude, now he will give you special treats. You'll see if I go to my bags right now, and I go to the key items and I scroll down here, you'll see that I get a bunch of different legendary Pokemon treats like Articuno, Zapdos, Moltres, Raikou, Entei, just like a bunch of them, right? There's literally, I think, like 24 or 25. There's a lot of them. Now, the kicker here is that he has to give you these treats based on how many of the BBQ quests that you do. So these things, these blueberry quests, when you press right arrow and you open these up here. Now, for 10 of the legendary Pokemon, you actually have to do 120 of these blue quests. For every 10 that you do, he will give you a treat. Now, the other 12 legendaries, you will have to do the yellow quests that you do in a union circles with your friends or people from Discord, which everybody's been doing lately, even on my Discord. Just find a group and do 12 of those yellow group quests so that you can unlock all the treats for all the legendaries from this guy. And of course, because these are legendary Pokemon, you're going to want to get a Pokemon that has moves like False Swipe so that it brings Pokemon to red HP so they're easier to catch, as well as something like a status effect like, for example, Hypnosis, which I can put a target to sleep. But something like Paralysis or anything else would work as well, just to make it easier to catch all of these legendary Pokemon. Of course, you can only catch one, and they're all going to actually be located, not in this map. They're not in the Indigo Disk map. They're actually located in Paldea. You'll find them all across the Paldean map right over here. Now I'm going to show you the location of each and every single one. Now for the first Pokemon, Articuno, you'll find this in Paldea, like I said, with all of them. On the map, it's going to be located at the northern side of the Great Crater. You'll see right over here in Monotenevra, well, just northwest of Monotenevra. So right over here, you're going to just make your way across to this location, roughly where I am right now. You'll see it's in front of the water, and you'll encounter it just like this. I do recommend saving before you do this so that you can, if in case something happens and you kill it, you can reload your save. The next legendary is Zapdos, and this is the electric bird type. It's going to be found at this lighthouse right at the southern end of Paldea. So if we go right all the way bottom to the bottom here, so right at this location, you'll see we're on top of the lighthouse, literally on top. There is like stairs at the bottom you can take, or you can fly up here any way you can to encounter it. The next legendary is going to be Moltres, and you're going to find this in Paldea. It's going to be in the desert biome. So if I slowly zoom out here, you can see we're between Cascarafa and Porto Marinada, right on this cliff at the very top of this section over here where I am. You'll find it just, floating around. The next legendary is going to be Lugia. Lugia is found in the water on a random-ass island, as you can tell. Pretty random. Now to find this, we're going to go to the top right of the Paldean map, and you can see here the island is located right over here. Make your way to this spot, and you will find it just chilling in the water. The next legendary Pokemon is Ho-Oh, and it can be found right here at the top of this base of this, like, cliff thing, I guess you can call. You'll find it at the bottom left of the Paldean map, right at this location over here where I am. So if I zoom in, you'll make your way to this spot right here to find it. The next Pokemon is Raikou, and Raikou can be found right over here by this rock. You'll see there is like a donut water pool thing next to it. This is going to be to the left of the Great Crater of Paldea. You're going to make your way to this location right on the map over here. You can see just north of the donut swimming pool right over here. The next legendary Pokemon is Entei, and Entei can be found over here. You can see this is kind of like a construction area, pretty much open. You'll see it's on like the edge of the side, but like roughly in the middle. From the Great Crater of Paldea, we're going to go to the right and a little bit up above Levincia, right over here into this like section over here. You'll see this is where I'm located. Right at this spot is where you will find it. The next legendary Pokemon is Suicune, and it will be found at the edge here of this like land that's in the water. From the Great Crater of Paldea, we're going to go northwest and up here, right to the Casaroya Lake. But to this island here specifically, on the right-hand side or the east end of the island, you'll find it just chilling here, on the grass. The next Pokemon is going to require you to go into a cave and find it. The cave location is at the bottom left of the map. So if we go here from the Great Crater of Paldea, you're going to make your way to Alfornado, and you're going to go to the cave that is right over here on the western side. So as we go into this cave here, we're just going to proceed along this path here. As it opens up in front of us, you will see there's a big platform in the distance, and a gap between the two over there. So I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to fly to exactly where I'm flying to is where you're going to find Groudon. So as we're almost here, you should see it like render in a few seconds. It should be in this corner right over here. There you go. There's your big bad green boy. Did I say green? Sorry, I meant red. I don't know how I got that confused. The next legendary Pokemon is Kyogre. Kyogre, I assume you say Kyogre like this. You'll see this one is in the water. Right now I'm at this location over here. I'm actually in the water. Starting at the Great Crater of Paldea, we're going to go to the top left of the map over here, and you're going to see roughly where I am, and the legendary Pokemon is like between here and the land. So right where I'm aiming right now is roughly where you'll find it. The next legendary Pokemon is Rayquaza, and Rayquaza can be found right at the top of the Great Crater of Paldea, literally like at the, you can see where we are right now, it's crazy. More specifically, here's the crater, and here are we right now. So we're at this location. You can literally make your way up here, and you can't miss it. It kind of sticks out like a sore thumb. It's really easy to find. The next legendary Pokemon is Latias, and Latias can be found by this rock over here on this beach, as you can see what this beach looks like from this perspective. Now, from the Great Crater of Paldea, we're going to go towards the south, right over here, and you'll see there is a beach here just below the South Province, Area 4. Right at this location is where you'll find it. The next legendary Pokemon is Latios, and Latios can be found over here. As you can see, there's like a small little pond here. There's a thing. You'll see the pond in the middle has like a little island with a tree on it, the location where we are. From the Great Crater of Paldea, we're going to go up and to the right, and you'll see we'll be stopping right over here at this location, and I zoom in, it will be at this spot right over here. The next legendary Pokemon is Reshiram over here. You'll see this one is on like a kind of like a grass cliff. As you can tell, there's a little river in between them. From the Great Crater of Paldea, it's literally just to the right. You'll see the water that I was talking about is right here. And on this location, right over here, is where you will find Reshiram. For the next legendary Pokemon, we're going to be finding Zecrom right over here, this dude. He's going to be not on the highest edges of the cliffs here. This will make sense in a second when I show you the map. So I'm just showing you where we are right now. From the Great Crater of Paldea, if we go down to the bottom right, like this, you'll see there's this big mountain over here. He's actually going to be located roughly at this location over here. So you'll see there's a big mountain top like over here. You're just going to jump down on this side and you'll find it here. For the next legendary Pokemon, it's going to be Kyurem, and you're going to have to make your way to this Poke Center because you're going to be following me. So this is the Dali Lazapa passage, right? So from the Crater of Paldea, we're going to go directly north. There is a Poke Center right over here called the Deli Zappa passage. And from here, you're going to immediately look to the right, and you'll see we can go up here. There's like a ramp that goes upwards. This is heading north. And as soon as you get up the ramp, you're going to go to the left and follow along with the pathway. You'll see there's a cave entrance. In the cave entrance, you're immediately going to drop left into the complete darkness, and you'll see the Pokemon you're looking for is right in front of you. He's right there. He's right over there. And this is where you're going to find Kyurem in the game. So good luck. The next legendary is Colbalion. Now you'll find it next to a tree on a sort of like a little cliff. Nothing crazy. Very easy to find if I open up my map. And starting at the Great Crater of Paldea, we're just going to go up and to the right. So right over here, you'll see it's by the Fire Scourge Shrine. At this location over here, it'll be on this like green pathway at the end of the green pathway right here where I am. The next legendary Pokemon is Terrakion, and Terrakion can be found quite simply on a flat open land. Starting from the Great Crater of Paldea, you're literally just going to go straight to the west, so right left of the map. You're going to fly up to this Greenlands flat spot over here, and you'll find it literally in the middle. It's like in the middle of this entire whole green area if I quickly pan around and show you where we are. The next legendary Pokemon is going to be Virizion right over here. You'll see it's at the bottom of this valley with grass and stuff. This is what the area looks like. From the Great Crater of Paldea, we're going to go up and right. You'll see here past the Tag Tree Thicket, right over here into this Greenlands right here where I am right now. The next legendary Solgaleo is going to be found on top of the Pokemon League. So right over here, the Pokemon League building where you did the original Elite Four and then Champion Battle, you're going on top of the building. For reference, here's the Great Crater of Paldea. Here is the Pokemon League, and you're just going to go on top of this big building, this one. The next legendary is Lunala. It looks kind of like a vampire. Not gonna lie, this thing looks pretty cool. This one's located on a, like, you know, a little bit of a cliff top here with grass, with trees. You'll see there's a little river over here. From the Great Crater of Paldea, we're gonna go up and to the left over here, just above Porto Marinada. We're going to this location right over here, as you can see on this like grassland area, and you'll find it on the cliff, on the grass right here. The next legendary Pokemon is Necrozma. Necrozma? If I'm saying this correctly. Man, this thing's got big arms. Whatever Pokemon game these are from, this is insane. You'll see it's on like the side of a cliff over here. So when you get here, it's like, you know, like not at the top of the mountain. It's like on the side piece. From the Great Crater of Paldea, we're going to the top and a little bit to the left past Casoria Lake, right at the top left of the map over here. You can see the location where I am right now. It's actually on like this like outcropping of land, like as you can see. The next legendary Pokemon is going to be Kubfu. Kubfu is actually probably really easy to find. It's by the waterfall, or two waterfalls, I should say, next to a sign. Now from the Great Crater of Paldea, we're going up and to the right, and you'll see it's going to be right over here at this location. As I zoom in again, literally there's a fast travel point here that takes you right to the sign, and you'll find it next to the sign like that. The next legendary Pokemon is Glastrier, and you can see this one's going to be found by a tree in the ice biome. There's plenty of trees here, but look for this tree specifically. From the Great Crater of Paldea, you're going to go north, and you'll see a little bit up here, right in this location, just below the Glacido Gym, right at this location. Make your way to this spot, and you'll see it standing right over there. The next legendary is Spectrier, and you'll find this one pretty much by these ruined structures over here. You can't really get lost, super easy to find. From the Great Crater of Paldea, it's literally just north, directly in the middle over here. As you can see at this location, the ruins are right over here, and you'll find it at this spot. And that's where you can get all 25 of the legendaries. I hope you guys enjoyed this game and the Pokemon catching and throwing 700 Pokeballs. And I'll see you guys in the future. Thanks for watching.